Howdy dudes and dudettes, welcome back to another episode of Failing Up. Today I want to talk about inspiring people, encouraging people, and keeping yourself encouraged and motivated. So the topic specifically I'm going to talk about is encouragement versus something that me and my coworkers call shamespiration. So what does all that mean? So to keep someone motivated and moving forward, one of the ways you can do that, and this is how you can do it for yourself as well, is encouraging them. Seeing something that they've produced or you yourself have produced and see the quality in that. Seeing growth from part A to part B, acknowledging that there was a risk taken and though some things didn't succeed so well, finding the positives in that. And it's a very effective tool because it's positive reinforcement. It's being able to see what's happening, that you're making progress in whatever it is that you're working towards. So, yeah, it's positive and it's great to have that kind of pushed for you. The flip side of that is something called shamespiration. Now, you might think of that as like negative reinforcement, which it definitely could be, depending on how it's taken. But I feel like as creative individuals, something that happens is we get sucked into our own ego and we believe we are greater than we are. It's kind of like the small pond syndrome, I like to call it. You fish in a small pond. Big fish, small pond. There we go. Yeah. Big fish in a small pond. So we think, in our little circle, we are the best at drawing. We can make the coolest characters, and everyone else is like, oh, you're so amazing.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Really?
People know me.
But as soon as you get out of that realm, you get into the bigger spectrum, or the bigger world, and see all the talent that's out there, you realize you're nothing. And maybe I'm out of touch with this, and it's not that like that much anymore because internet's really taken over. I know when I was coming into this, internet was like starting, and there wasn't a lot of resources for creative individuals. We had DeviantArt. If that's changed, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm getting older and thus losing touch with what's happening. But the way Shamespiration works, and I think it's really good for this, is being able to, at least with other individuals, when they think they're hot shit, or even if you think you're hot shit, and this can happen just accidentally too, it doesn't have to be anyone pointing it out to you, is you produce something that you are super proud of, and you're like, this is amazing, I did such a good job. But then you see someone else who's not even involved with you whatsoever, and they produce something that might be in similar categories, and it is leagues above where you are. Inside, you're going to feel a little shame. You're going to feel a little, I didn't do good enough. I suck, kind of. Wish I was as good as that over there.
Shame. Shame, shame, shame. Shame on you.
And you might tell yourself little lies. You might obfuscate from it, saying like, well, I was tired, I was a little under the weather, whatever your excuse might be. But it's important to take a step and recognize when you feel those things, because that's a way of you yourself trying to recognize talent in others and understand that that is your goal and that's where you want to be. By lying to yourself and saying, I was sick, I was tired, I had things, they have X amount of years experience.
Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
You're harming yourself. That person doesn't care. Anyone else doesn't care, because that's all on you. That is your business. But when you do something like that, you feel it. You know the shame, and you feel it that you weren't good enough, or that you let someone down, or whatever the case may be. And I think it's important to take a second and recognize when that happens. I don't think anyone has to belittle you, and I don't think anyone should belittle you for your efforts. But I think you should be able to recognize your own failings when they do occur, so that you can grow as an individual, as a creative. Because if you don't take that moment to stop and take stock of your situation and what's happened and what you've done and where you failed at, more importantly, because that's how you're going to grow. You're never going to grow. You're just going to stop. So that's all I wanted to say. You know, keep encouraging yourself. Find the good in what you do and recognize that. But also know who else is out there and what they're producing. Because I guarantee you, when you find someone else better than you in the same vein of what you want to do, you're going to feel terrible about yourself for not being at that level. And that's fine. It's okay to know that there's reasons that didn't happen, and it's okay that it's like that. But just recognize that is a signal to tell you that there's still so much more for you to grow. So, alright guys, that's all I got. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.